Okay, so today is December 11th. We are going to do two openers as a review prior to the quiz that we're going to take today. So the first opener we're going to look at is December 5th. It says solve each equation. So this is going to have equations with variables on each side of the line of equality, or each side of the equation. So it's going to go with our notes that we took on Friday. So when we're solving equations, we always have to remember to draw that line and circle our variables. A lot of you guys are starting to forget to circle your variables, so make sure you do that. Do not lose a silly point on the quiz for not circling your variable. Now, simplifying equations, you always have to ask yourself if there is anywhere that you can distribute. So I always work the left side, and then I work the right side. So is there anywhere I can distribute on my left? What about on my right? Okay, so then I ask, can I combine like terms? Can I combine like terms on the left? Can I combine like terms on the right? No. So then I go to my new step according to the notes, which says that we need to get the variables to the same side of the equation, or the same side of the line of equality. Now, we do this by picking on the little guy. So which one's smaller, 4x or negative 5x? Negative 5x. So you're going to move that negative 5x from the right side to the left side. So how do I get rid of that negative 5x? Plus 5x. So if I do something on one side of the line of equality, I have to do it to the other. So I'm going to add 5x to each side. So it cancels on my right side. On my left side, then, I go ahead and add. What's 4x plus 5x? 9x. And then what do I bring down?
17.
Minus 17 equals just 1. And then the last step, according to your notes, step 3, solve as usual. So how do I solve as usual? Plus 17. Nine x equals, what's 1 plus 17?
18.
And then the last step?
Divide.
5.
And you should x equals 2.
X equals what?
2.
2, correct. Thank you. Any questions on that one? So that one was pretty basic. We didn't have to worry about distributing. We didn't have to worry about combining like terms. We just had to get the variables to that same side of the line of equality. Okay, let's take a look at the second one. So I'm going to go ahead and get mine set up here. The line, circle my variables. Did I get them all? Okay, so on my left side, can I distribute? Yeah. What number am I going to use to distribute?
3.
Good. So 3 times y, then 3 times positive 4. Positive 12. Then I go to my right side. Can I distribute on my right side? Using what number?
2y.
Okay.
We do 2 times negative 9, making negative 8.
Nice, Isaiah. And then I can't do anything with that 4y, so what do I do with it?
Bring it down.
And what do I put between the 4y and 2y? Good. So then I look at my left side. Can I combine like terms on my left side? Nope, so I'm just going to bring that on down. Can I combine like terms on my right side?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
4y, 2y.
4y plus 2y, which is
6.
6y. And then we bring down our... So that was all of step 1. We distributed, we combined like terms. Step 2, get the variables on the same side by picking on the little guy. So which one's smaller, 3y or 6y? 3y. So how do I get rid of that 3y? I heard it, but I just don't think... Minus 3y, yeah. So 3y minus 3y cancels. I bring down my 12. What's 6y minus 3y? And then I bring down my
18.
minus 18. And then step 3, solve as usual. So now what?
Plus 18 on both sides. And 12 plus 18 gives you 30. And equals 3y. And divide by 3. Which gives you 10 equals y.
Good. Questions on that one? Ah, this is the fun one. You guys ready for the fun one?
I get it.
Wow! It's a long one. That's all right, because we know all the steps, though.
It's gonna be long ones like this.
Not a lot of them, but I think there will be like one. You were hoping I would say no, weren't you? I could tell the tone of the voice. Oh. Okay, what do I do first on my left side? Distribute. What?
3.
Okay. So what do I get? You guys are dead today. I'm gonna make my Z's cursive, and then 3 times what? Which is minus 9. Then bring down my. Okay, on my right side, what do I do first? Distribute using what number? -1. So I'm not going to do anything with that 4z, so I'm going to bring that down. Then what's -1 times 5? -5. Then we're going to distribute -1 times what? -2. So what's -1 times -2? Positive 2z. And then what do I bring on down? All right. Go back to my left side. Now what do I do on my left side of my equation?
Nothing, just bring it down.
Combine like terms. What are my like terms? -9 and 10. So I'm going to bring down my 3y. What's -9 plus 10?
You mean 3z?
Yeah, I do mean 3z. Thanks. It kind of looked like a. That wasn't a very good cursive z, was it? All right, so 3z plus y plus 1. Now I got y on my mind. So on the right side, what do I go and do? What are my like terms?
4z. You finna make me say why.
I know, right?
2z.
Plus 2z. Make sure you're telling me that sign in front of the number. So what's 4z plus 2z? 6z. Then what's my other like terms here?
-5 minus 9.
So what's -5 minus 9? Use your calculators. -5 minus 9.
-14.
-14. All right. Now what do I do?
Look on the little guy.
What's the little guy?
3.
How do I get rid of it?
You do the big guy.
Minus 3z, right? Little guy. Pick on the little guy. So what do I bring down on my left?
Plus 1.
1. Do I need that plus in front of it?
No.
Nah. And on my right side? What's 6 minus 3? 3 what? And then bring down my minus 14. And my last step, solve as usual. So now what?
Plus 14 on both sides.
So-
This will do 15 equals 3z. And divide by 3. So it gives you 5 equals.
So although that one was a little bit longer, you still followed the same steps. Any questions on that one? Okay. So go ahead and flip to the 12-8 opener. So go ahead and flip to the 12-8 opener. So now we have 2 here. Now, where it says use this area to check your answer, that is strictly for extra credit. If you want to try to substitute and check your answer, you may do so to earn some extra credit. So we're doing the exact same equations. So we're going to go ahead, circle our variable, variables, draw my line, and follow the same steps that we've been following so far. So on my left side, can I distribute? Nope, so I'm going to bring it down. On my right side, can I distribute? Yeah, what is it going to be? So 2 times negative 7, which will be? Okay. Can I combine like terms on the left? Can I combine like terms on my right? So now what? Pick on the little guy. Get the variables to the same side. What's my little guy? 5n or 2n? So how do I get rid of that guy? So 5n minus 2n. And what else do I bring down? Equals? Good. Now what? So 3n equals? No. Negative 14 minus 4. Say it again.
Negative 18.
Yeah, negative 18. And then? Negative
16, 6.
Negative 6, right?
Yeah.
That's all right. Y, Z, 6, 16. It's Monday. Good. Now, if you want to earn some extra credit, you can check your answer. So when I see that variable n, what do I substitute for it? So if I would write 5, what do I put around that negative 6? Then I do 2. When I put my negative 6 in this parenthesis, do I need to put more parentheses around it? Nah. So negative 6 minus 7. And then I just simplify using order of operations.
Can you slow down?
Yeah, I sure can.
I want to learn how to do that.
Okay. So all I did, anytime I saw that variable n, we said that n equals negative 6, so I just substituted for it. So I used the exact same equation, but anytime I saw that n, I substituted negative 6.
Okay.
And I'm just checking my work to see if my answer is right. So now I'm going to solve order of operations. So I'm going to simplify each side of the equation. So on my left side, I have 5 times negative 6 plus 4. So what would I do first there, according to order of operations? Well, it's not parentheses, but it's multiplication. So what's 5 times negative 6? Okay, so I'm going to bring down my negative 30 plus 4. Then this particular one, I'm just going to work my whole left side before I go to my right side. So what do I do after I take? Now I have negative 30 plus 4. Yeah, so what's negative 30 plus 4? Okay. Now I go up to my right side. Now, the right side, you can solve this one in 2 different ways. You could either distribute that 2, or you could just start and work in the parentheses first. You want to distribute? Okay, so what's 2 times negative 6? And then what's 2 times negative 7?
Negative 14.
Okay. And then you just solve, right? So you have negative 12 minus 14, which equals?
Negative 26.
Now, are those the same answers on each side? Are those the same numbers? Yeah, so that means our answer is right. All right, flip it over. Our last one. It's a doozy. So let's see here. All right, Devontae, starting with you. Tell me what to do first. So you're doing what with that? What's that called that you just did? Okay, which equals? Keep going. Okay. And what do I have to bring down? Good. So basically, Devontae just distributed. He took that negative 2 times 2h to get the negative 4h. Then he took negative 2 times positive 3 to get negative 6. Then he just brought that 5h on down because he couldn't do anything with it. Right side, what do I do, Jemiah?
Just
Okay.
I think it's a negative sign.
It is a negative sign.
Nine.
What's 2 times negative 7?
9.
2 times? What's 2 times 7?
Hold on. Oh, negative 14.
There you go, negative 14. And then I bring down my,
Plus.
okay. Rihanna, now what do I do on my left side?
Don't you combine like
I do. What are my like terms?
5h minus 5, 4, which is just regular h, right?
Good. I could put that 1 on there, but it's going to give me an extra step. Okay, so I just bring down the h.
Negative 6.
Right side, Nick, what do I do? Which is? I didn't hear you. Good, and I brought my 2h on down. Excuse me. All right, Kelsey, now what? Close, you're going to do something with the variable. But I have variables on each side, so I need to get the variables to the same side, right? So what's the little guy there, h or 2h? So how do I get rid of that? Yeah, minus h. Anytime a variable is by itself, what number is in front of it? A 1. So my left side, Kelsey, what do I bring down?
Minus 6.
And on my right side?
Yeah. Or h minus 8.
Okay. Now what do I do, Imagine? I get that by itself, so what do I have to get rid of? How? Yep. So that cancels. Negative 6 plus a, Deontay, equals h. You don't want that 1 on there, just leave it as an h. That way you don't have to do an extra step. And that's it, finally.